Hey girls and guys, today we're going to do something just a little bit off the beaten path, considering we talked about how I met my husband last week and went through all of that, and you guys got to meet my husband. If you haven't seen it, be sure to go and check that out because it's really fun. You'll get a good laugh if nothing else. Well, there was this tweet that went absolutely viral over the last few days, and in fact, Black Twitter tore this tweet apart, honey. Everybody had something to say, and yes, I have something to say too. I'm gonna give you all of my whole 50 or 60 cents worth of stuff to say. Now, before we get into that, I want to welcome everybody that has joined the Team Hot family over the last week or two. I want to say, hey, welcome to the Sister and Brotherhood. We're so glad to have you. Speaking of which, if you like these type of videos, go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already, because we would love to have you as well a part of our Sister and Brotherhood and joining on the conversation. Okay, now shout out to my girls who had something to say about me always rocking the same hairstyle. It was two of y'all. Y'all got on me about not changing my hair up and always wearing my hair up in a ponytail. So yes, I pulled my hair down literally just for y'all. I hope you like it. Put it in the comment section if you do, okay? Because I'm a creature of habit, and as soon as this camera goes off, it's going back up in a ponytail. Now, let's go ahead and get to this video because I've got a lot to say. Okay, so let's just jump right on into it. I'm gonna start off by reading the actual tweet that she posted that sent Twitter, especially Black Twitter, into a firestorm and ended up going viral. So, the Yelitza, as you can see here, says, this man asked me out to coffee. I don't do coffee dates. Told him I do coffee for business meetings and with friends. Happy to get coffee with you as friends. His next text was, I assume that's what she was saying, asking me to dinner proper. Men know, they just want to see if they can lowball you first. Well, now you see why I thought this would be an appropriate topic to cover immediately following the last video that I posted, where I introduced you guys to my husband and we shared the story of how we met. So here's my thing, and I'm just gonna jump right into it. I know I'm a little chatty Cathy and I talk a lot, but we're gonna get right to the point. Here's the thing. I don't see anything wrong with going on coffee as a first date. You know, second, third, fourth date, probably not my style. Okay, that might just be somebody being cheap. But as the first date, for me personally, as a businesswoman and a woman that's about her business and have a very busy schedule, the last thing I want to do is tie up my good old free time with somebody that I am not that interested in. And when you go on a first date, you don't know if you're really going to be interested in that person. In fact, even though Chris and I, as we talked about in the last video, we spent about a week or two talking 4 hours a day, every day, before we actually met in person. I just wanted to be accommodating. I knew he was flying back through Las Vegas, and I knew he was, you know, dealing with airports and all that stuff. So I said, hey, I'll come to you. There's a Starbucks inside of the Las Vegas airport that's outside of security. I can meet you there. And then he messaged me back and he said, hey, what about if I changed my flight and we had dinner? That was his doing, and I was very appreciative of it. And of course, I was like, yes, and I was excited and I wanted to do that. But in her case, I think it was just a guy that simply asked her out on a date. And if it's somebody that you don't know, I'm sorry, I don't want to waste my time trying to get to know somebody or figure out if I want to be around this person over dinner. Dinner is usually at a minimum an hour, but sometimes can be 2 or 3 hours. And I don't understand why a woman in today's age, especially, why you would want to give up so much of your free time not knowing anything about this person. For me, my time is a lot more valuable than a free meal. I can buy my own free meal. Like, I don't need a guy to take me out to buy my dinner. Now, sis, if you are in college and, you know, you in struggle mode, I get it. Make him take you to dinner and get your free meal. But this sister here is a gorgeous, by the way, she's beautiful, founder and CEO of Roots Dolls. And if you're on Twitter, it's at Roots Dolls. And if you go to her website, it's healthyrootsdolls.com. She makes dolls that look like ethnic people. So these little girls can get dolls that look like them. And I think that's absolutely amazing. I love what her company is about, which brings me to the question is like, it makes me baffled even more. Why would you want to spend your time with somebody that you don't know anything about on a first date at dinner? I don't have that kind of time. I think we're past the point to where, oh, a guy has to take me out and, you know, I need to feel respected and I need to feel this and that. Yes, on the second and third date, absolutely. You know, if you meet up with a guy for coffee and you guys are on the same page and the feeling is mutual, like you both want to see each other again, the next date absolutely should be for dinner. Now, who pays for it? I'm going to keep my mouth shut on that. I'm a little old school and traditional, so I'm going to say the guy, if he wants to take you out, if he's broke, he probably should be focusing on himself anyway and shouldn't be dating anyone to begin with. That's a whole nother discussion. Right now, we're just talking about first date etiquette, and I don't see anything wrong with meeting someone for coffee on a first date. So yeah, that's my 2 little cents. Actually, it wasn't 2 cents. That was like 75 cents worth of input. I just thought it was very appropriate considering we just talked about how Chris and I met. And I know a lot of you guys from the comments, y'all were saying how y'all are, you know, dating right now. And some of y'all are on the app or getting on the app or had been on the app and you want some advice. So this is my 2 cents for that, my 75 cents worth of advice. Don't shy away from a coffee date. Just remember your time is just as valuable as anybody else's, and you should treat your time that way. Okay? I definitely want to hear what you guys have to say. So in the comment section down below, do me a favor and let's open up the discussion. I'm going to be there waiting, ready, and not going to be petty. I want to hear what you think. Do you find that a coffee date as a first date is acceptable or not? And guys, my brothers, I definitely want to hear from you. I want to hear your perspective and your thought process. Now, I would have loved to have Chris to chime in, but he's away working this week. So I will get his input and hear what he has to say, and I'll let you guys know. Oh, next week, I'm going to have my bestie with me, Miss Talia. You guys have met her way back in the day. She's coming back to do another video with me, and we're going to have a lot of fun. Definitely going to keep on the fashion tip, so don't think that the fashion is going to be dismissed by any means. Y'all know that's what we're here for. Speaking of fashion, if you like this little top, this top is on housefofhot.com. It's new to the site. Anyway, if you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. I would love to have you join in on the conversation and definitely be a part of our sister and brotherhood. If you're new to the channel, I want to say welcome. We are so excited to have you. Feel free to chime in and say hi to everybody. And I'm sure one of us, if not me myself, will say hi back and welcome you to the family. Okay, I will see you guys next time. Have a fabulous rest of your week and enjoy your weekend. Bye. I'm a dork.